barriers that prevent people from saying, okay, I'm going to get some help?
Other things are we have a tremendous lack of mental health care providers and facilities. I was just looking at
That is so true.
I was just looking at new data for Harris County, which is where I live in Houston, and we have one psychiatrist for every 8,500 individuals.
Yeah.
In the fourth largest city in our country. So imagine if you get more rural, how you get to tens of thousands of individuals. So we don't have enough providers. Also, it's extremely expensive, and a vast number of insurance policies do not even cover mental health, and families don't find that out until they have a mental health issue.
Right.
Your insurance plan does not have to cover mental health, and often does not, and if it does, it covers it very minimally, so it's very expensive. People can't afford it. And then, of course, the stigma. So if you survey individuals about why they did not get care, you will tend to find that finances and stigma are the top two, but things like transportation, lack of providers, cultural beliefs, education. Some people don't even realize that they can get help. They just think that they're supposed to fix themselves.
Right, pick themselves up
Right.
and keep moving. You had a conversation with a church elder, I believe, that kind of illustrates the point of mental health issues. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, that happened, for me a long, long time ago. That was really what kind of moved me, God used to move me from just kind of life of a classic neuroscientist doing research into full-time ministry, what I do today. And that was, I was on a pastoral search committee, and after we had breakfast together, one of the elders asked me to stay behind. I was the deacon at the time, and he wanted to ask me questions about one of the elders' wives. One of our elders' wives had bipolar disorder, and she was a good friend of my wife and mine. And he wanted to know why that elder should be allowed to be an elder given the chaos in his family, because she was being hospitalized, she would act oddly, there was a lot of struggle within the family and the marriage, and he saw that more as a faith or sin issue than he did as a mental health problem.
He thought that was a disqualification.
A disqualification, because the person, I guess, wasn't taking care of their family, so how could they take care of the church? And this is a very bright man, a lawyer, very successful, but he really did want to understand the issue. He wasn't, this was his perspective, but he wanted to understand, and he knew that I had some information on that. And so I tried to explain it to him in the context, like you did earlier, of other chronic conditions like heart disease or diabetes. We don't hold people culpable for those, and why should we hold her culpable? He was even concerned that she took medicine because he had this pull yourself up by your bootstraps idea, which was, if she's quote unquote dependent on medicine, isn't that a bad thing? As if somehow it's equated with an addiction.